Hello everyone, it's Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. I'm here with another quick and easy project, very economical, most definitely under $10. This is the gift that keeps on giving. It's a gift card holder. And if you are like me, I love gift cards, but sometimes I feel a little guilty about giving just a gift card because it's not personalized. But here's your opportunity to personalize it and make it a really nice gift that they will continue to keep long after the gift card is gone. So it's a all completely made out of paper. There is no embellishment here other than the eyelids, and those are inexpensive. So it opens up like this and like this. Here you have a great opportunity for a photograph. You have a pocket on either side, and you have these photo mats right here and room for your gift card. I don't have a gift card, so I couldn't show you that in action there, but this is a gift card slot down here. And then you have an opportunity for a note if you like, or for a photo map for the recipient to just have fun and play with us. They can load it up with photographs and just stick it in their purse. It could be a little brag book, if you will. I think it's a really nice gift card holder, and they can keep it again after the gift card is all used up and gone. So guess what this is made out of? So it's got this hemp closure right here. I don't know what this type of closure is, but of course it's used on a lot of office supplies and envelopes and office supply type things, but I'm not sure if that's where it originated. But like this closure, really simple, again made all out of paper. So there's only 12 days till Christmas, at least when I'm filming this video. So that means there's about 10 really good shopping days left. So have you all gotten your shopping done? I've been good this year. I got a lot of my shopping done, but I have to say I got those few little gifts that I have to definitely put together, like for the mailman, the UPS guy. Robbie's really big, so I don't think he wants me making gifts for his teachers. But Robbie's my son. But definitely for my mother-in-law, I'm gonna do one of these because she's the lady that has everything, and we never know what to get her. So she's getting one of these and a super fab gift card to a Manny and Betty place. So that's what we're gonna give her this year. And so my question was, do you know what this is made of? An envelope, a 9x6 envelope. This is a catalog size envelope. You can find this size at any office supply. It's the same one I use for the faux policy envelope and a couple of other projects that I had going on. So if you bought a box of these, get ready to make a lot of these for gift card, okay? For gift card holders. So let's get started. You're gonna need your scoring board, your trimmer, a ruler. I love the Tim Holtz ruler because it has the vertical lines as well as the markings in the, I guess here vertical, and then the horizontal lines. So, and I use those horizontal lines a lot. So if you have this ruler, great. If you don't, a regular ruler will work. You just have to do a little bit more tick marks. All right. And again, this envelope. So let's get started. We're going to go ahead and fold the envelope in half. No, let's use our scoring board. Let's not get sloppy, Kathy. So let's get the scoring board out. And we're going to place this piece with the flap to your right hand side, and you're going to go ahead and you're going to score at the 4.5 inch mark. Okay, that's your first score mark. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to fold on that score mark nicely. Okay, and that's it for now. All right, so fold it both ways because it's in envelopes, so we're working with 2 layers of paper here. Okay, so let's get rid of that scoreboard. And now what you're going to need is some pattern paper. Typically we prep our projects first and then we cover them with pattern paper. This one we're going to cover with pattern paper first and then we're going to do our prepping. All right, so perfect for the 6x6 little paper stacks. I'm using the Authentique Wonder Collection. I don't know why I always want to say Wander, but this is the smaller version of the Kit Club kit that I have for December. The 6x6 bundle is what they call it. And this comes with 36 sheets, and it's a really, really nice paper collection. So this is what I'm going to be using, and that's what I use for this one as well. And I'm also using these stamps by PC Studios, and it's called Christmas Tags. And I'm using the little label tag that says a little line here for the name. So-and-so has been naughty or nice, and you go ahead and you check that off. All right, really fun stamp set. So you're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of paper, and you want to grab whichever ones you see fit. So I'm going to use this poinsettia one, and coincidentally 12 days till Christmas. Ooh, this holly leaf one is pretty. And let's do some stripes. I love me some stripes. And I need one. Let's do this one. Whoopsie. Like that one. And you know what? You're going to need one more for the flap. Definitely like to have this one over here that I used before that I love. And I like this one too. So let's grab these 5 sheets for now. Okay? Alright, so I got 5 sheets of the 6x6. And I'm going to take 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to cut those down to, let's see, 4 and 3/8 of an inch. Okay? 4 3/8 of an inch. And I'm cutting all 4 at the same time because it works with this paper collection. By, let's see, 5 7/8 of an inch. So just shy of 4.5 and shy of 6. Okay? And did that go all the way through? It sure did. Okay, great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mat our pieces. So that one goes there. This one is going to go here. No, let's use this one for the cover. So let's go ahead and do up our cover right now. And I'm going to use some ATG for this. Little ATG action over here. Oh no, I have very little tape in my ATG. Not good. I'll have to use another adhesive because I am so not loading that thing now. So you want to go ahead and mat nice and centered to your space there. And perfect. And you're going to mat on this side. And I think I'm going to do that one. Now we'll do the holly and this. Not loving that. I may use something else for there. That one can wait. Definitely not loving that. But I'm going to use the holly leaf on that side for sure. Okay. I may go with the music notes on the opposite side. Those stripes are just a little bit too harsh for these holly leaves. Don't like it. All right. So I want to finish that side. It just doesn't look cool. I will finish it off with this kind of collage-like, whoopsie, with this kind of collage-like piece over here. So again, we did 4 3/8 of an inch by 5 7/8 of an inch. All right, that's the measurement for your mat. So let's go ahead and finish this side up. Be aware that there's a little bit of a slope right here in the envelope. So you want to get your adhesive on that slope right there, as opposed to the very edge of your paper. All right, and I actually got my adhesive all over the place. Now you want to get your adhesive on the rest of the paper, because if you get it on that slope, oh, and that's it. It's done with the ATG. So let's get some score tape. We'll live with the score tape. It'll be fine. It'll just be a little bit longer because I gotta peel back the backing, but it's all good. So again, a bit of adhesive just to keep that page down. And let's stick it down. Paper's just getting away from me, isn't it? Here we go. Nice. So remember, make sure you get your adhesive on the slope first because you don't want to get adhesive on the opening of the envelope. All right? So that's that. Then you're going to need a piece of scrap chipboard is what I like to call it. All right? And you want your chipboard to fit inside your envelope, okay? And just for it to at least go halfway through or just as much. So 4.5 by 7 5/8 will work perfectly, okay? So you're definitely going to need that scrap of chipboard. Then you're going to need to place this in your paper trimmer, and you're just going to cut off a sliver, not even an eighth, not a 1/16 of an inch, just a sliver. I don't know what that measurement is, but just a tiny, tiny sliver that will allow this to open up. Okay, so then you're left with this cylinder type of piece right here where it's open at both ends. All right, so look at the tiny sliver that I removed. Insignificant, but completely functional to this project. All right, guys, so make sure that your chipboard fits inside nicely. It's not going to stay there. It's not part of the project, but we're going to do a little cutting, but we don't want to cut all the way through to the back side. All right, so that's why the chipboard is there. So we can insert the chipboard now or later. I've already got mine in there, so that's fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the page. And again, this Tim Holtz rule is perfect for that because it has these horizontal lines that measure 1/4 of an inch, and they're perfect for this type of project. All right, so if you have this ruler, you find your first 1/4 inch mark, and with your pencil very lightly, you're going to go ahead and draw a very faint line there at the 1/4 inch mark. And you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. 1/4 inch mark over here. And we're just going to make these slits and I want to be 1/4 inch from the fold, okay? So find that fold mark and then your 1/4 inch mark and make your line, okay? And then from the bottom, you're going to want to be 1.5 inches from the bottom, and the beauty of this ruler is that it's 1.5 inches wide, or in length, I don't know, whatever that is. It's 1.5 inches this way, okay? I'm going to say wide because this is 12 inches long, right? Don't laugh at me. I can hear you all laughing now. Hold on. All right, so 1/2 inch. So from mark to mark or from line to line, the lines that you just made is where you're going to draw these lines, okay? You're going to draw these horizontal lines. So 1/2 inch. And you're going to go on another 1/2 inch. Nice and straight, peeps. Nice and straight. And one more time. So you're going to draw 3 lines, 1/2 inch, an 1.5 inches apart. 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inches, not 1/2 inch. There you go. I got it right finally. So there we have that very faint line. Yeah, we drew our lines in there. Mine are crooked. How did I manage that with a ruler? Let's see. Let me erase my lines. Hold on. They can't be crooked because if they're crooked, your pocket will be crooked. All right? So don't make them crooked, please. Clearly, I had my ruler crooked because the ruler is not. It's straight. I promise you. All right. So I erased my lines, and let's start all over again. 1.5 inches from the bottom. Nice and straight. We're going to draw our line. Whoopsie. Having some trouble here, people. All right. There we go. And then from the line that you just drew, 1.5 inches up. All right. So you can go ahead and use that line as your guide. And we're going to do that one more time. For some reason, they still look crooked to me, but whatever. We're going with those lines. Now what you're going to do is you're going to get your craft knife, okay? And remember, you're going to have to cut through the layer of pattern paper and the envelope layer. So you have to put a little bit of pressure or make a couple of cuts, okay? Kind of score your way through until you cut. So you're going to make your first cut just a hair away from the line that you drew, because your second cut is going to be right on the line that you drew. Okay? So just a hair away, just a hair. So I'm going to make a couple of cuts here to make sure I go all the way through, and having that chipboard there ensures that I am not going to cut through my cover. So you can use this for any application where you want to save your cover but you want to make a cut. Chipboard comes in very, very handy. If you have one of those teeny tiny little mats, those self-healing mats, one of those smaller ones, you can definitely use that. But I don't have one of those, so I gotta use what I have, like chipboard. So 2 cuts, just a hair away from the line and then on the line. All right, and we're on our middle one right now. We're almost done. Really easy project. So you can just bang these out in just, an hour. You can probably make like 4 of these in an hour, because using the 6x6 paper pads save you time on matting, and the matting dimensions on this project, whoopsie, I went a little bit off the line there. The matting dimensions on this project are very, very easy. All right, so I think I'm good there. So let's get rid of the chipboard now. Okay, and you can pull I'd rather that you don't pull them off. You definitely want to get a hole puncher. Okay, and you're going to punch holes on either side of these lines that you just cut. Okay, and the reason why you have to punch holes is because this will help, or will eliminate, the likelihood of it tearing further or ripping further. Okay, that's really important. This is done in, again, a lot of office supply items, envelopes, you name it, you will find these little holes there. Okay, and just right on the line, right on that vertical line that you drew, in between the lines, the horizontal lines that you cut, will be your placement. Okay, and you will see that it will release those little strips, and I got to remove this from mine so I can get this in there really well on the corner. And this is the Big Bite, in case anybody is wondering. I love this thing. Gives me a lot of control. Now watch me goof up after I said that. But it does. It gives me a lot of control because of this stand, so I like that. And let me just slip that back in there. Okay, so hopefully, if I did it right, yep, see my little strip thingies will release, and you got yourself 3 really nice slots for pockets. Now, this part will be optional. You want to go ahead and erase the lines. That's not optional. The next thing I'm going to tell you is optional. You definitely want to erase the remaining lines, the lines that have been left behind. And if you make a really light pencil mark, it is no problem at all erasing those lines, okay? But you definitely need them in order to make these little slits, okay? All right, cool, cool, cool. So the next step is optional. Oop, I left a little piece behind. If you would like to use this pocket, you definitely need to line this, okay? And what I mean by line is you're going to have to put a little piece of paper in there and stick it down. And I'm going to do that. So this measures 6 inches, right? So this is going to measure, and I'm using the stripe for this, just a hair under, okay? I'm going to do 6 1/4, 5 3/4 inches. And our envelope is 4 1/2 wide, so this is going to be 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 by 5 3/4 inches. You're going to want to get adhesive, and I'm going to use the 1/8 of an inch adhesive. You can use a 1/4 inch, but I have the 1/8 of an inch. This is score tape, and it gives me a nice thin line of adhesive, and I know that it's not going to interfere with my slits. So you want to put adhesive around the perimeter. All right. And ATG will work fine because your tags are not going to touch this adhesive. So they're not going to get stuck. Okay, because your tags or photo mats go in the slots. All right, so it's going to avoid all of this. All right, so let's get this adhesive off. And then we're going to stick this down. Pattern side down. Okay. So when you open the envelope, it kind of looks like it's lined. So you make it pretty without, and it's actually functional. This is a functional piece, but we're making it pretty. So you want to slip it in there, flush it all the way to the bottom, okay? All the way to the end. So you can't no more, people. Make sure you don't pass the fold to the bottom and stick it down. And fold it. And then you have yourself a nice lined envelope, but you can also use this pocket here because when you stick your tags in there, and let me get my tags that are already done. Where's my finished piece? Over here. When you get your tags that are already done, they're not just flapping in the wind. You see that? You can't see them in there. I initially did a small one, but that looks kind of tacky. So I decided to bring it all the way up. So they're just not flapping in the wind over there. You know, they work well. They look good. And it's total fabulosity. And you can use this pocket as well. So we use an envelope, right? So this has this little tabs that are not down because that's the little envelope flap. So let's go ahead and stick those down all the way to the corner because I don't like when they're flapping like that. Not cool. So make sure you get those envelope pieces down, okay? You want, this is a present, it's a gift, so you want it to look pretty and presentable. And last one over here. That looks great. This is a Zig two-way glue pen. I really like this for small jobs. I typically use this for my Cricut cuts when I have to layer these little tiny things. I really like to use that. It comes in handy. Okay, so that's it for that, and that's it. We're pretty much done. So you got a pocket here, and you got a pocket here. These tags measure, let me give you a quick measurement on your tags. Measure 3 3/8 of an inch by 5 inches. Okay, so you need 2 at 3 3/8 of an inch, and then these little ones are optional. You can even put a big one in there, but this little one, in case you want to do this little one, is 4 by 2.5. Okay, and then you mat accordingly. I think it's nice to distress on these pockets, and my new fave is the gathered twig, which I'm very nervous about that it's my new fave because I'm not going to be able to find it again. So I'm very nervous, but I must say this color, this distress ink gathered twig is my new fave. I'm not happy about that, but I must say it is. My first fave was Vintage Photo, and that one's, you can find it. It's one of the regular colors. But this is a limited edition seasonal color. I'm not happy, but I understand. So I think it works really well with this paper. It's just beautiful. It's such a beautiful shade of brown. Who would have ever thought that brown is beautiful, right? Beautiful shade of brown, and I love it. It's not too red. It's not, it's just, it's perfect. It's perfection. Love it. Gathered twig, people. This one comes, I think, with the Halloween one. I think it was with the Halloween one, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me if I'm giving you wrong information, but I know it's not the seasonal one. Festive Berries, Ice Spruce, and Evergreen is the Christmas one. Yeah, okay, that's the with the Halloween one. If I'm wrong, someone correct me, but that's what I think. All right, so we're done with that. Now we've got our cover on. Let's do a little distress in action on our cover. And get that done. Nice and neat, not too much. It's Christmas, but again, this color is so perfect that it looks great. And if you have, you know, the die, the pine cone die, it would look beautiful on this. And again, it's paper. You want to make it removable though, because you don't want it to be an item that's going to be in the way if they actually decide to keep this for a little brag book and, you know, someone slips it into their purse. You don't want those pine cones to catch. So for this piece here, to finish this piece off, you're going to need a piece of paper, something that looks good with the base paper, all right? So let's pick something that looks good there, and that's going to be 5 7/8 of an inch by 4, and you're going to score on the 4-inch side at 2 inches. I'm thinking, don't love the gingham, don't love that. This is a great sheet of paper. I don't want to, ooh, I think we're going to use this to mask. Did you hear me? I like lost it there. I got excited about the paper. All right, so what did we say? We said 4 by 5 7/8 of an inch. And then we're going to do a little scoring action. But I'm just going to fold in half, so at 2 inches right here. And I'm going to use my bone folder. Reinforce that crease, give you a nice crisp crease. And then we're just going to glue this down right in place here. I'm using the adhesive, self-adhesive envelopes, so that helps with getting this down. And I've got to use my score tape because my ATG, I'm all out and I didn't want to reload while doing this tutorial. So I'm just going to do 3 strips of ATG, and on the other side as well, just to make sure we get a really good stick on that. And now I'm going to remove the tape backing. Let's get this all out of the way. Focus on the project. And remove the tape backing. And I don't have any nails, so I've got to use my knife to get rid of these little strips, because I've got, if I had small children, I could say mommy hands, but I guess I could say I have crafter's nails. But I see some of you ladies with gorgeous nails, so I can't say that. I can't say that. I just got Kathy nails. All right, guys, so you want to line this up nicely over here. You don't want to get it right on the fold, okay? You want to get it just a hair away from the fold and stick it down. And you know what? I gave you the wrong measurement on this, guys. It's 6 by 4, not 5 7/8 of an inch. It's too short. But I'm just going to do a little nip tuck right there and get rid of that because I don't want to waste this paper. Yeah, if you do the 6 inches, it should be just fine because that's the length of the envelope, okay? So 6 inches, you should be perfect. And I mean, it was a tiny, tiny bit, so you could barely see it, but I see it, so you know, can't have it. Now you want to get a nice corner rounder, or you can use any decorative edge. I'm using my corner chomper, the 1/2 inch circle, but you can use any of the other chompers and give yourself a nice decorative edge there, and that will look really sweet as well. So there you have it. And now let's cover the back. Let's get a really nice sheet of paper for the back. And I'm loving this one for my back. And again, I'm going to do 4 3/8 of an inch. And I think I want this side. So we're going to cut this way. 4 3/8 of an inch by 5 7/8 of an inch on that mat. Nice. And let's do a little score tape action. Get some adhesive on that. Just about done. We are at 29 minutes. So just about 40 minutes to get one of these done. So that's awesome. From start to finish, right? That's a great project. And if I was using ATG, it would be less time than that because this takes a little bit more time than your ATG. So there you go. Really easy project. inexpensive project for those quick gifts. And again, for the gift card, it makes it totally personal. So you don't have to feel guilty about giving a gift card. I love gift cards. But again, I get that feeling that, oh, you could, oh, I didn't realize I used the same paper on the inside. Oh, well, I will live. Sometimes I feel a little guilty that I didn't go the extra mile to make my gift personal. But this definitely shows that, and I like that. So, love this idea for a gift card holder. And it's not a throwaway item. Most gift card holders are a throwaway item. Most cards, not everybody keeps their cards, unfortunately. You know, and you guys know that. When you're giving a card to a non-crafter, not everybody keeps them. So maybe with this, it can be card slash gift card holder slash brag book, right? So kind of makes it very, very functional. And I like that. So I did some more distressing action there. Now you're going to need some hole punches. I like to use my 1 inch and my 3/4 inch for this little piece right here. See that? So just get some of your scraps. I really like this piece of paper here. So I'm going to use that as my base just to give it a pop of color. So you're going to need 2 of each size. All right, and then I'm going to use a contrasting color on that, and I will use this green over here and over here. Again, using my scraps. I'm going to go ahead and distress these circles. Let's get rid of these circle punches. Again, I'm using the 1 inch and the 3/4 inch circle punches. So a little distressing action on these circles. And this one here too, on all 4. It just adds a little bit to the character of the project. Got way too much ink on that one, but it's all good. We'll give this one to the mailman. That's not nice, Kathy. We love the mailman. All right, so I like to glue mine on because I don't want them going all over the place when I'm trying to punch a hole. So I just glue my circles on. Okay, just a tiny bit of adhesive. You don't need a lot. Just something to stabilize it, to keep it in place so you're not having a cow. All right, now you're going to punch a hole. I'm going to use eyelets that measure 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to use a bigger hole on my Crop-A-Dile, on my big bite, excuse me, right here. And I'm also going to punch holes here and about here. So I like to use a pen for this. You can use your centering ruler, which again, the Tim Holtz ruler has that centering feature on it, which is fantastic. But I like to eyeball things, which sometimes I do regret, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to eyeball it, people. All right, and I think, no, see, that's way off, Cat, way off. So we'll do it right there and right there. I'm probably crooked, but I'll live. Again, mailman. So now you're going to want to punch your holes, open this. It's essential that this opens all the way for hole punching, okay? When it's in the folded position, you don't have to worry about your tag going anywhere, okay? But for this, for doing this, it's got to open all the way. So don't go sealing that, okay? You're going to have a hard time getting any hole puncher in there, at least of this type. If you have one of the old-fashioned ones, you can get anywhere. And over here, one last one, and now we're going to set these. I'm going to use some antique brass eyelets over here, and these metal things always give me a hard time, but I love these containers because I suspend them from magnet strips right here at the top of my work surface, and it just works out well. So let's go ahead and set these. So I like to set my first one with the closure in place, or with the string in place, I should say. So this is the string I'm using. Okay, it's a little bit thicker than normal, but I think it gives it a really nice touch. All right, if I can find where I left off, that'd be great. Okay, over here. I guess this is it, but maybe not. And I really like this, so I don't want to screw up and unravel it the way I shouldn't. What I should have done was cut it beforehand, but I didn't. Alright, so where is my scissor? Need the scissor. It actually was where it was supposed to be, and I didn't look there first because it's never there. So to set this one, I like to actually feed my piece from the top in, okay, or down, and then put my eyelet in place. You got to shove it in there because this one's a little thick, and you want to make sure it's in the down position. You don't want it up here because then you're not going to be able to swing it over, okay? And now you're going to want to set your eyelet with that in place, okay? And I think mine is ready to roll. Now you want to set it nice and secure. Beautiful. And now you can cut off the excess. So you see it actually sets with the string in place. And you don't have to worry about tying that on the inside. So cut it off. I like to finish it off with a tiny bit of clear glue, just in case. So I will do that later on. And then for this one, you're just going to set it and done. Okay? So here we go. So you're going to put it in there. And remember, you got to open it all the way up and kind of make that cylinder type of shape and set your eyelet. I don't think that that's right. Let's check it. Let's check it. Don't want to screw it up. Yeah, that looks good. Maybe I should hold it like this. You know, I made one of these already. You think this would be a breeze for me. Here we go. Okay. Beautiful. Done. Okay, great. So that's it. There is your little gift card holder. I like to wrap mine, see, this is on this side, so kind of like across, then around, and you got to work this up just a little bit. If you're using the thinner string, you don't have to, but of course I have to use the mother of all strings because I never can do anything easy. And then cross over, and then wrap around, all the way around, and then secure my tag so it can fall in the downward position, so it can land in the downward position. So here is my finished one. So I'm not going to cut that because I got to put my tag on, but you all know how to do that. So kind of downward across, over, cross that the string, and then wrap it around and down. You see, and you don't want to do it I did mine too tight. My string was too long. I didn't want it too tight because I kind of did a measurement so it can land perfectly. Ta-da! There it is. So the gift card holder that keeps on giving. I hope you all enjoy this, and I can't wait till you see yours. So guilt-free gift card gift, guys. Thank you, and until next time, this is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon.